The breach is still in the sky.
Okay.
For all you know, he intended it this way.
Jesse?
I do not believe that.
Jesse De Leon?
That is not for you to decide.
Well, since that glitch happened, hopefully it fixed.
Chain
Welcome back, Jesse.
I want him prepared for travel to the capital for trial.
Disregard
We're gonna skip
that
all that
and leave
since
us.
I've already heard this.
You walk a dangerous line, Seeker.
The breach is
Wait,
stable, but it
what?
is still a threat. I will not ignore it.
I did everything I could to close the breach.
What?
It almost killed me.
Yet you live. A convenient result insofar as you're concerned.
Have a care, Chancellor. The breach is not the only threat we face.
Someone was behind the explosion at the Conclave. Someone most holy did not expect. Perhaps they died with the others, or have allies who yet live.
I am a suspect?
You, and many others.
But not the prisoner.
I heard the voices in the temple. The Divine called to him for help.
So his survival, that thing on his hand, all a coincidence.
Providence. The Maker sent him to us in our darkest hour.
Oh god, here we go. Well, you know what? Bullshit your way through.
You really think your maker would send someone like me?
The Maker does as he wills. It is not for me to say.
Even if that means a Dalish elf is his chosen?
Humans are not the only people with an interest in the fate of the world.
The breach remains, and your mark is still.
Usually I would just decline and be like, no.
This is not for you to decide.
But
You know what this is, Chancellor.
we'll just bullshit it.
A writ
We'll
from
bullshit
the
it this
Divine,
time with a no.
granting us the authority to act.
But you know what makes this funny?
As of this moment, I declare the Inquisition reborn. We will
An
close
elf
the
becomes
breach.
a leader
We will find those responsible,
of
and
those
we
of
will
worship.
restore order with or without your approval.
This is the Divine's directive. Rebuild the Inquisition of old. Find those.
I
who
might have
will
to
stand
continue my
against the
Quinari at
chaos.
some point just to show what he
We
is
aren't
like.
ready. We have no leader, no numbers, and now no Chantry support.
But we have no choice. We must act now. With you.
Even though
as
I've
our
installed
side.
all of my content.
What if I refuse?
You can go if you wish.
You should know that while some believe you chosen, many still think you guilty. The Inquisition can only protect you if you are with us.
We can also help you.
It will not be easy if you stay. But you cannot pretend this has not
I just
changed
figure it's
you.
best this time. Be the elf
you're
that just
truly trying
bullshits
to
his way
restore
through
order.
everything.
That is the plan.
Help us fix this before it's too late.
Don't shake her hand. Well, fuck it. She popped you dead in the face at one point. Don't shake her hand. Well, fuck it. It's already been done. Who's my... Is that you, Xavier? The worst part is, Jesse, you're right. Now, in every Dragon Age, Varric is the best friend to have. If you're not friends with Varric, then something's wrong. Also, am I the only one that kind of just say fuck the Templars every time? Like, even if you want to try something different, am I the only one? Oh no, even when I go the holy route, I usually stay mage because, I'm sorry, the Templars are assholes. Helping them, it just seems like, why though? That's how it feels to me. Just why? Oh, sorry buddy, but that jacket's gonna have to go. Hey, Xavier.
What up?
Well, Monk, for some reason, fell asleep in mid-sentence. Again. Vaughn was asking if you were woke yet.
For what?
Guess he just wanted to know. Before I go inside.
Do you think the mages will be able to seal the breach?
The only person I like is the black
If you're
dude.
here to clean, Hess can get you a bucket and a broom. Anyone calls you knife here, come to me. Oh, you're him. Thren. Inquisition Quartermaster. I'm doing what I can to supply this mess. If you find what I need to fill one of my requisitions, I'd appreciate you bringing it in.
If I have material for a special order, do I bring it to you?
Just take it over there. One of my boys will take the materials or jot down what you found.
Farewell.
Make her go with you.
Let's see.
I'll be right back.
Thanks for checking anyway. Can I help you with something?
What did you mean when you mentioned requisitions?
I'm making this Inquisition run with
You're a
what we have,
low-gain
but
loyalist,
we're not
huh?
a real army. We're stretched thin on materials. So I've put up a
The
requisition
only
list of
reason
anything
why I
that can
even
help
let
our
low-gain
people.
live
Here, take a look.
is just for
You
this
find
game.
some iron and a good logging site. Maybe Harriet can
And
get
you
our
know which
troops better
character I'm trying to
weapons.
prevent from dying.
Farewell.
Make her go with you.
Still got demons pouring out of the rifts.
Shit. That was a conversation opportunity. Even though he killed him in cold blood.
If the Inquisition wants to field a decent cavalry, it needs backing. I heard Seeker Pentecost might try to acquire suitable mounts from Master Dennett in the hinterland.
Oh, and who are you to be fishing around for what pirates are doing?
One thing I gotta ask, how do you make it where when you go to the ball you aren't wearing that red outfit? I tried my best to change that so many times, but it just kept ending up the same. No matter how hard I tried. If that's the case, what the hell? 'Cause I saw someone when they revealed that they had it where someone had a different outfit before they went into the ball. So that means they bullshitted, in my opinion. This armor I usually try to get for Black Wall. And the chakra, I sometimes either give the Iron Bull. Actually, yeah, I either give that armor the Iron Bull or to, I forgot the other.
Expected you'd be by. I'm Harriet, and everyone knows who you are. How's the new gear fit?
Ow.
Sturdy and warm. It's perfect.
Good. World's gone mad. Stock armor and blades are good against bandits, but we're not fighting bandits. My gear will see you through demons, apostates, whatever this world throws at you. So, you need custom work, something special. You bring the materials to us, we'll make it happen.
If I want something, what can you make?
Start simple. Something to keep you safe. Take a look at it on the table there and we can talk. You'll need materials. We should have what you want just outside.
Can you help improve my arms and armor?
Yes. You find a new piece, a pauldron
Oh, I
or
know
greaves,
about that
we'll
merchant.
take care of you. You can't just slap a new hilt on your sword in the field. Bring it here, we'll make sure it's done right and proper.
Can you help improve my arms and armor?
That by accident?
Yes.
Too late.
You find a new piece, a pauldron or greaves, we'll take care of you. You can't just slap a new hilt on your sword in the field. Bring it here, we'll make sure it's done right and proper.
Goodbye.
Right.
Just as I was hoping for. I need more metal. I'm gonna get the Blade of Tidarian this time.
Another time.
Oh. That was easy. Okay. Chakra tar. Now. Oh, and I forgot, before I go any further. Oh, is Mont finally woke?
I'm back.
Welcome back, Xavier.
What's going on? Also, is that Lexus?
Mm-hmm.
How's it going, my darling?
Alright, we're gonna just now. So.
I hate strep throat so much. It hurts to swallow, so yeah.
Let's see. Oh, I keep forgetting. Cassandra. Shit.
Search him in here, it has notes about it. That they can protect the
See reason, listeners. We cannot stay here.
Why not?
Because we're Templars.
What does that even mean anymore? That we splinter and fight amongst ourselves instead of... Yes?
I'd like your take on the Templar Order.
It's a shadow of what it was. Where once we both protected all people from the dangers of magic, we now posture and grab at power. One day, I hope the circles are again sanctuaries where mages can practice their craft.
I will talk to you later.
Walk in the Maker's grace.
I should look around.
A little thing I used to do beforehand, instead of having to go out in the world yet. Because I know they're going to try to make you go out to do a quest, and here's a little thing you can do to get some things done a little early. Ooh. Also, if you want to get some interactions out of the way before you go out in the world, there's something you can do for that too. Now where is he? Oop. Well. Oh, I blew him up. Oh. Oops. Now I can go ahead and do the Inquisition. can also talk to Varric real quick.
So, now that Cassandra's out of earshot, are you holding up all right? I mean, you go from being the most wanted criminal in Thedas to joining the armies of the faithful. Most people would have spread that out over more than one day.
I'm just glad I'm still standing after all that.
I still can't believe you survived Cassandra. You're lucky you were out cold for most of her frothing rage. For days now, we've been staring at the breach, watching demons and maker knows what fall out of it. Bad for morale would be an understatement. I still can't believe anyone was in there and lived.
If it was that bad, why did you stay? Cassandra said you were free to go.
I like to think I'm as selfish and irresponsible as the next guy, but this... Thousands of people died on that mountain. I was almost one of them. And now there's a hole in the sky. Even I can't walk away and just leave that to sort itself out.
It's pure luck that I escaped.
Good luck or bad? You might want to consider running at the first opportunity. I've written enough tragedies to recognize where this is going. Heroes are everywhere. I've seen that. But the hole
Too
in
bad
the
Varric
sky,
will never let himself have a beard.
that's beyond heroes. We're going to need a miracle.
And that's what you do.
Need something?
I've read your Tale of the Champion, and I have a few questions.
That's a pretty common reaction. Go ahead.
Where are the rest of Hawk's associates now?
Meryl decided to look after the elves left homeless by the fighting. She's done a pretty good job of keeping them away from the mages and Templars, so far. I guess she has plenty of practice avoiding stupid human battles with her old Dalish clan. Fenris has kept himself busy, hunting down the Tevinter slavers who came south to prey on the refugees. I'm not sure exactly where he is at the moment. You can usually follow the trail of corpses, though. Isabella went back to the raiders. She's calling herself an admiral now. I don't know if she's actually in charge or just has a really big hat. Might be the same thing, honestly. Sebastian went back to Starkhaven. I'm sure he's boring all sorts of people there. Hawk's little brother was off on some warden business near the Anderfell's border last I knew. Aveline is still guard captain. I'm pretty sure Kirkwall would fall into the sea if she quit her job. Need something?
Hold
I've
on,
read
sir.
your
Who said
Tale
you
of the
one
Champion,
store?
and I have a few questions.
That's a pretty common reaction. Go ahead.
I'm alright.
What happened to the mage who destroyed the Kirkwall Chantry?
Your brother
Book
is
never
woke what
said.
he said very back.
He fled Kirkwall with the mages from the Circle. Stayed with them a while, but he had to move on. Somehow a lot of mages blamed him for making them live as fugitives. I don't know where he is now, and I don't want to know.
You want to sleep, Mickey?
In the book you say that first enchanter Orsino turned himself into a giant monster made of corpses? How? Why?
Do I look like an expert on magical weirdness to you? Well, I can't tell you how. For the why, all I can say is he was desperate.
There is no way Hawk really could have killed the Arishok. It would have started a war with the Qunari.
I was told later that the Qunari disavowed his actions. Apparently the Arishok didn't get permission before he attacked Kirkwall, and the Qun didn't want another exalted march. When they finally sent a ship to haul the wrecked dreadnought away, they just said, "We will never speak of this again." As far as I can tell, that's the Qun's
Yep, he still has the
version of
spirit in him.
apology.
The spirit of justice.
Carry on.
So who knows? He might do.
Need something?
The red lyrium we found at the temple seemed to upset you.
My brother Bartrand and I sort of discovered red lyrium during an expedition in the Deep Roads. We located an ancient thaig, so old it barely looked dwarven.
You're right, Nicky.
There was this
You're right.
idol there made of it.
You're right,
Bartrand
Nicky.
brought it back to the surface, and, well, everything's gone downhill from there.
So what is it? Just another kind of lyrium?
The red stuff is lyrium like a dragon is a lizard. It's not just a different color. It has a whole host of weirdness all its own. I've written to every mining cast house in Orzammar.
Justice,
No one's seen
you
this
see,
stuff before or
when
knows
this
where it came
woman's
from.
husband died, Justice, who was a
What makes it
spirit
special?
of,
Regular
he was one of those rare
lyrium
spirits
can
who
mess you up pretty
represented
badly,
good,
but you have to
went into the
ingest it
corpse's
for that
body.
to happen. Red lyrium messes with
He
your
got all the
mind
man's
when you're
memories
just near
too.
the stuff. You hear
But
singing,
when
get
Justice
violent,
died, when
paranoid,
Justice
and
gets his
then
head lopped off
it
during
does creepy
a
shit.
battle towards
Makes
the
things
keep,
float, brings statues to life.
what happens
It also
is
turned Kirkwall's Knight Commander to lyrium.
him and Anders
Everyone's
become,
been
oh,
kept
I'm
at least 100
talking to
paces
someone I'm
from it
alive.
since.
I'm in the live stream right now. Yeah.
How
So
did the
when
red
you
lyrium
become one
get
with
in the Temple
Anders,
of Sacred
Anders'
Ashes?
anger and rage
I don't
towards
know.
those who are
So
against
as far as
mage
I know, the
apostates,
only piece to make it to the
you can
surface
imagine
was
how it
destroyed,
went and how it
and
goes.
the location of the tide it came from is a secret. Did someone find more of it in the deep roads? That's not a cheery thought.
So, in other words, Anders is
that's
a
enough on
fusion
red
of
lyrium.
three things.
Yeah, not really my favorite.
He's possessed, a Grey Warden, and an apostate.
Need something?
Can I ask you something, Varric?
You want to talk about me? I'm flattered. Also inclined toward extravagant lies.
How do you and Cassandra know each other?
You heard about the Kirkwall Chantry being destroyed? The guy responsible used to be a friend of mine. The Seeker had questions about that, and I had answers.
You from Ferelden? Orlais?
Free marches.
Vaughn, is that you, my guy?
And despite whatever you've heard, no. Kirkwall's not
You
that
just
bad.
getting off work or something? Oh, you didn't go to work.
I'm not clear on your line of work. You're a merchant?
I'm a businessman. My family has a seat in the Dwarven Merchants Guild. Merchants buy and sell goods.
Kinda.
Businessmen buy and sell stores. In my spare time, I manage a spy network, and occasionally, I write books.
You're an author?
The
What kind
reason
of
why
books
I
do you
ask
write?
so many questions, Jesse,
I'm
is
drawing
because
right now.
My crime serials are my most popular. Hard in Hightown, guards breaking the rules to get things done. The Tale of the Champion is the most famous thing I've written, or infamous maybe. I started a romance serial once, Swords and Shields, but to be honest, I don't have a knack for romances. Most of my stories end in tragedy. Probably that says something unfortunate about me personally.
If you've run a spy network, why is Liliana our spy master?
To be honest with you, she's just a better spy master. The truly great ones can keep their distance. They don't get attached to their people. Me, I always wind up babysitting my informants and worrying about their families. We're in better hands with her.
What sort of shops do you own?
Actually, we don't own shops. That was just an example. Mostly we invest in money lenders. Auction houses, a few mercenary companies, a couple of smithies. I think we own half a beet plantation in Ravane somewhere. Most of that's my brother's doing. Bartrand had business sense. Not
I
much
don't blame you,
tact, but
Jesse.
loads of business sense.
Where did you get that crossbow? I've never seen one like it.
Bianca? She's one of a kind. I got her off a guy in Darktown. Took me a week to pry his dead fingers off the stock.
Who is she named for?
I can't tell you.
And the reason for that is...
Complicated. It's the one story I'll never tell. We just have to leave it at that.
Thanks, Varric.
No problem.
And the next guy. Actually, no, before I do that.
And you see no signs of the Grey Wardens anywhere. Did he get anything?
It was a chick secretly. Because then you actually realize that dwarven
What can you tell
female
me
was
about
that close to him a long time ago, even though she's married to another dwarf. It's funny when you speak to her again, she acts different.
And for anything fancier, you can try buying some Cedric. His prices are yes? Oh, there's also Minette. She studies beasts and things.
You won't realize this, but from Dragon Age Origins, this is the same bar girl from back then.
Goodbye.
the chosen of Andraste, a blessed hero sent to save us all.
I didn't ask for this, but someone has to find a way to seal this breach.
Spoken nobly indeed.
Yes.
You think I'm mocking you? This age has made people cynical.
Yes.
I've journeyed deep into the Fade in ancient ruins and battlefields to see the dreams of lost civilizations. I've watched as hosts of spirits clash to reenact the bloody past in ancient wars both famous and forgotten. Every great war has its heroes. I'm just curious what kind you'll be.
What do you mean ruins and battlefields?
Any building strong enough to withstand the rigors of time has a history. Every battlefield is steeped in
because
death.
she looks so different,
Both
so
attract
you would
spirits.
never realize that's
they
her.
press against the veil, weakening the barrier between our worlds. When I dream in such places,
It's a little
I go
Easter
deep
egg.
into the Fade.
Those little Easter eggs
I
that
can
they
find
put in this
memories
game
no
from
other
the
living
original
being
games.
has ever seen.
You fall asleep in the middle of ancient ruins. Isn't that dangerous?
I do set walls. And if you leave food out for the giant spiders, they are usually content to live and let live.
I've never heard of anyone going so far into the Fade. That's extraordinary.
Thank you. It's not a common field of study for obvious reasons. Not so flashy as throwing fire or lightning. The thrill of finding remnants of a 1,000-year-old dream? I would not trade it for anything. I will stay there. At least until the breach has been closed.
Was that in doubt?
I am an apostate mage surrounded by chantry forces, and unlike you, I do not have a divine mark protecting me. Cassandra has been accommodating, but you understand my caution.
Cassandra trusts you. She won't let anyone put you into a circle against your will.
Thank you. I appreciate the thought. But now let us hope
Right
either the
now,
mages
only
or the
PS4.
Templars have the power
Maybe down
to
the
seal
line I'll
breach.
try to use something different. Hold on a sec. Okay.
Closing the breach is our primary goal. But I hope we might also discover what was used to create it. Any artifact of such power is dangerous. The destruction of the Conclave proves that much.
You don't think whatever created the explosion was destroyed in the blast?
You survived, did you not? The artifact that created the breach is unlike anything seen in this age. I will not believe it destroyed until I see the shattered fragments with my own eyes.
We would do well to try to recover whatever created the breach.
Liliana's people have scoured the area near the blast and found nothing. Whatever the artifact was, it is no longer there. In any case, did you need me for anything?
Lexus, you ain't sent me that picture last night.
Interested in hearing your opinions on elven
Very upset
culture.
with you.
I thought you'd be more interested in sharing your opinions of elven culture. You are Danish, are you not?
Yes, I am. The Dalish are the best hope for preserving the culture of our people.
Our people. You use that phrase so casually. It should mean more. But the Danish have forgotten that, among other things.
Oh, but you know the truth, right?
While they pass on stories, mangling details, I walk the Fade. I have seen things they have not.
Fine, you think we're terrible. What about the alienages full of elves who aren't Danish?
Why? What would it benefit some poor man in a Ferelden alienage to learn that his ancestors strode the land like gods? It would only make him bitter, or inspire him to take a foolish risk and get himself killed.
You've decided his reaction for him.
Perhaps I have. If you have questions and believe the answers will help, ask.
I'd like to know more about the elves from before our time.
The Dalish strive to remember Hallam Sharal. But Hallam Sharal was merely a fumbling attempt to recreate a forgotten land.
Arlathan.
Elvenan was the empire, and Arlathan its greatest city. Place of magic and beauty, lost to time.
You've studied ancient elves. What else do you know of Arlathan?
We hear stories of them living in trees, and imagine wooden ramps with Dalish airvents. Imagine instead spires of crystal twining through the branches, palaces floating among the clouds. Imagine beings who lived forever, for whom magic was as natural as breathing. That is what was lost.
Are all Dalish elves like my clan?
Your clan was unique in having enough interest in human affairs to
He actually revealed that's why all elves in Dragon Age became mortal. When the veil was separated from the mortal plane, they lost all their power to be immortal over time.
Others trade freely with humans, and some have disappeared entirely to the forests.
What can you tell me about elves living in human cities?
The culture in alienages or among the slaves of Tevinter is like any of the impoverished and powerless. They cling to memories of a better past, and practice a few rituals to distinguish themselves from humans.
Is the magic they teach in the Circle different from the magic I learned with my people?
No, and yes. Magic
You
is
see,
magic.
the reason why he did it was to
Water is
punish
water.
the other kings, the other rulers of the elven
Dalish
culture,
magic is more practical,
who killed
not
Nathal,
needing chantry
who was
proof,
the spirit that
although
possessed
they still
Flemeth,
thrive on blood magic.
who used to be the spirit of justice and kindness, but then became the
Legacy
spirit of
from when elves
vengeance.
were immortal.
The legends of elven immortality. Did they use magic to increase their lifespan?
No. It was simply part of being elven. The subtle beauty of their magic was the effect, not the cause of
Hey Lexus, when we meet in real life, I get to do that thing, right?
Echoes would linger for centuries, harmonizing with new
Nothing.
in an unending symphony.
Absolutely nothing.
Must have been beautiful.
You said that the censure against blood magic was
Mm-hmm.
a superstition.
I did. It's fortunate Cassandra is not within earshot. Most modern cultures forbid blood magic.
Mm-hmm.
Publicly, even Tevinter disapproves of it. But as I said, magic is magic. It matters only in how it is used.
Jesus.
I'd be interested in learning more about blood magic.
I would teach you if I knew it. Unfortunately, using blood magic seems to make it more difficult to enter the Fade. You understand why I never bothered to learn it. A shame, as it is extremely powerful, provided it remains a tool, not a crutch.
A good question.
The second.
We'll talk later.
Oh no, I'm saying, good question. The thing that's crazy is you always ask me when I'm doing something.
My thanks for any part you played in that.
Yeah.
Nah, bad time is sometimes a good thing.
You can pay me back
Boom.
by fixing the wood.
There goes your
Name's
sex
Adar.
joke.
I'm in charge of keeping our little band here stocked with potions and elixirs. Not that Seeker Pentagast seems to care whether we've got the supplies to actually do
But yeah,
that.
Jesse is the second.
Is there anything I can do to help out?
We're fine as far as raw labor goes. You've more important things to do than tend to me. I only wish I'd been able to find Master Tajan's notes. Old bastard.
Are you going to dress up as an elf?
He died at the conclave, and his notes weren't here. Been too busy dealing with the wounded to look.
Oh, Alexis, if you dress up in any outfit, you have to send me a picture.
You said you thought Master Tajan was working on something special.
That or I can't be your internet boyfriend.
I found his notes.
That's the signal right there.
The old codger was on the edge of a breakthrough here, but he couldn't see it. You want some of these mixed up?
I'd probably die, but it's worth it.
How do I go about having potions made?
Just take a look there and tell me what you'd like. Find a recipe for something better, I can make that too.
Well, damn, I didn't think you were racist towards monkeys.
Winston?
Just him at a PSN party. Shit, I forgot to get the log. Fuck. Well, now we're gonna go back. Made my mistake. Time to go rush back. Places when you're used to mock falling asleep in mid-sentence like me and Xavier has. Yeah. If you're not used to it, then something's wrong. Alright, let's get back here. There we go. He saw you going in there and said, wow. Now you see what happened when you have your back turned?
Well, don't you say that about my girl.
Now before you shoot me, just know there was opportunity. Get over here. Let's see. Well, now that we gathered everything, now we can go up and get this over with.
Much appreciated.
So we're heretics, just like that. Should we surrender or...
Don't be foolish. We are the Chantry, as much as any Grand Cleric. That prattle from Valroyo isn't the word of the Maker. It's politics.
You'd be real baffled what these two say over time. Especially about Iron Bull.
Does it trouble you?
It's 236.
It stops spreading, and it doesn't hurt.
We take our victories where we can. What's important is that your mark is now stable, as is the breach. You've given us time, and Solas believes a second attempt might succeed, provided the mark has more power. The same level of power used to open the breach in the first place. That is not easy to come by.
Clearly, you have something in mind.
We do. May I present Commander Cullen, leader of the Inquisition's forces.
Such as they are. We lost many soldiers in the valley, and I fear many more before this is through.
This is Lady Josephine Montelier, our ambassador and chief diplomat.
Anderan Atishan.
You speak Elven.
You've just heard the entirety of it, I'm afraid.
And of course, you know Sister Liliana.
My position here involves a degree of...
She is our spy master.
Yes, tactfully put, Cassandra.
That's an impressive bunch of titles.
I mentioned that your mark needs more power to close the breach for good.
Which means we must approach the rebel mages for help.
And I still disagree. The Templars could serve just as well.
Screw you and your Templars.
We need power, Commander. Enough magic poured into that mark.
Any game that has
Might
the
destroy
Templars
us
put in
all.
a sentence and see another going
Templars
to be
could
the villains in
suppress the
some way.
breach, weaken it, so...
Pure speculation.
I was a Templar. I know what they're capable of.
Unfortunately, neither group will even speak to us yet. The Chantry has denounced the Inquisition, and you specifically.
They still think I'm guilty.
That is not the entirety of it any longer. Some are calling you, a Dalish elf, the Herald of Unrest. That frightens the Chantry.
The remaining clerics have declared it blasphemy, and we, heretics, for harboring you.
Chancellor Roderick's doing, no doubt.
It limits our options. Approaching the mages or Templars
To be fair, it's a good game, and why not?
Just how am I the Herald of Andraste?
People saw what you did at the temple, how you stopped the breach from growing. They have also heard about the woman seen in the rift when we first found you. They believe that was Andraste.
Even if we
Andraste,
tried to
you
stop
say?
that view from spreading.
Which we have not.
Is she ugly?
The point is, everyone is talking about you.
It's quite the title, isn't it?
Now,
How
to
do
be
you feel
fair,
about that?
they portray. You know what? Yep, bullshit it. But
I don't mind
to be
it.
fair, they do
People are
portray a
desperate
lot
for
of
a sign of
famously,
hope. For some, you're that sign.
females in
And
history,
to others, a symbol
or
of
in
everything that's gone wrong.
or in any religion as very beautiful women. But then when you see them in the face, it's not always that case.
Will the Chantry attack us?
With what? They
So
have
you're
only
real
words
shook.
at their disposal.
If
And
Andraste
yet,
looks
they
like
may
a
bury us with them. There is something
let me
you
not
can
do that.
A Chantry cleric by the name of Mother Giselle has asked to speak to you. She is not far and knows those involved far better than
I
I.
would skip,
Her
but for
assistance
some
could
reason
be
it still
invaluable.
says content.
I'll see what she has to say.
You will find Mother Giselle tending to the wounded in the hinterlands near Redcliffe.
Look for other opportunities to expand the Inquisition's influence while you're there.
Oh,
We
when the new
need
Dragon
agents
Age
to
come out, I'm
extend
gonna have a
our
lot of
reach
fun.
beyond this valley, and you're better suited than anyone to recruit them.
In the meantime, let's think of other options. I won't leave this all to the Herald.
Oh, Andraste in the game, because even in real life, for some reason, if you notice, a lot of characters that are portrayed beautiful in lore or history or anything, you'd be real shook when they show an actual full-on image or some way of description and see their face, and you'd be like, what the fuck? They describe this person as the most beautiful person in the world, and then when you look at them, you're like, I guess at that time, they were. Now, a little trick of how to prevent yourself from having to go, if you want to just get all the dialogue out of the way before you go to, still mad about when it comes to Scott Harding. Romance, never can go any beyond that. And that's how you break the little option right there. You see, this is the option I was talking about, how you can just break that very easily. Wait a second. Where the hell are my DLCs? I know I installed them. The fuck?
I hate that so much because it still goes on your record.
I know for a fact I got the DLCs, so what the fuck? Hell no.
Let's see what we have.
I didn't put Liliana, but okay.
All right.
At your service.
I know for a fact I got all the DLCs. So hold on a second. Hold on, Jesse. Let me check my downloads real quick.
The Inquisition cannot remain, Ambassador. if you can't prove it was founded on Justinia's orders?
This is an inopportune time, Marquis. More of the faithful flock here each day. But allow me to introduce you to the brave soul who risked his life to slow the magic of the breach. Master Lavelan, this is the Marquis d'Aurelion, one of Divine Justinia's greatest supporters.
And the rightful owner of Haven.
Oh?
How's d'Aurelion lend Justinia this
How are
land
you
for
and your
pilgrim-
fake mustache that you got on your
This
mask?
Inquisition is not a beneficiary of this arrangement.
Interesting. Considering the Inquisition was begun by the left and right hands of the Divine.
I see no written records from Sister Liliana or Seeker Pentecost that Justinia approved the Inquisition.
If you won't take her at her word, I'm afraid Seeker Pentagast must challenge him to a duel.
What?
It is a matter of honor among the Navarrans. Shall I arrange the bout for tonight?
No. No. Perhaps my reaction to the Inquisition's presence was somewhat hasty.
No, I'm more laughing at the fact of how he cowers out when he realized that the
We
threat
face
of
a
him getting
dark
killed
time,
by
Your Grace. Divine Justinia would not want
getting
her passing
killed
to
by
divide us.
Cassandra.
She would, in fact, trust us to forge new alliances to the benefit of all, no matter how strange they might seem.
I'll think on it, Lady Montillier. The Inquisition might stay in the meanwhile.
Do the d'Aurelians actually have a claim on this place?
His Grace's position is not so strong as he presents it. Despite our Ferelden relations, the Duralions are Orlesian. If the Marquis wishes to claim Haven, Empress Selene must negotiate with the Ferelden on his behalf. Her current concerns are a bit larger than minor property disputes.
I'm so pleased the Marquis isn't tossing us out into the cold.
His Grace is only the first of many dignitaries we must contend with.
You expect more people in Haven?
Undoubtedly. And each visitor will spread the story of the Inquisition after they depart. An ambassador should ensure the tale is as complimentary as possible.
May I ask what brought you to work for the Inquisition?
Sister Liliana approached me. We've been acquainted for quite some time. For better or worse, being the Inquisition's diplomat has become as interesting as she promised.
What sort of dealings have you had with nobility?
For some years, I was the royally appointed court ambassador from Antiva to Orlais. The nobility of Thedas is a rather singular sphere. Those I'm not acquainted with, I know through reputation.
The Inquisition is lucky to have you as an advocate, Lady Montillier.
Thank you. Let us hope so. Thedas's politics have become agitated as of late. I hope to guide us down smoother paths. But please excuse me. I've much work to do before the day is done.
Yes. Good. You're the Herald. Or, well, the one they're calling the Herald, anyway. It's odd to see them accepting a mage as their hero. Especially a Dalish elf. One look at your face and it's clear you were never part of a circle. My name is Maeve. I research demons and other creatures. Seeker Pentagast and I use what I find to help the soldiers fight them.
You said you were a mage?
No, just an apprentice. Circle mages must prove themselves in a ritual called the Harrowing. I was never very good at magic. I've got just enough talent to be a danger to other people. But when the mages rebelled, people like me had nowhere to go. The Templars would have killed us. Luckily, Seeker Pentagast took me in, along with the Tranquil I was protecting.
I'm surprised that even an apprentice mage wouldn't join the rebellion.
I don't like using magic to fight. I'm not good at it either. I like studying. I like performing rituals that helped us unlock the secrets of the Veil. I liked having the Templars around to keep us safe.
You might have done well among the Dalish. Our mages are encouraged to study safely.
Fenrir will take the Dalish. Don't let my lack of Valisleen fool you, Lethleen. I was a proud member of my clan until my magic manifested. You know what happens when they have too many mages. They gave me a pack and sent me into the woods to find my own life. I was 7 years old.
My clan never did that. We sent those gifted with magic to other clans, or...
I stumbled into a village, starving and cold, a few weeks later. I started using magic to scare predators away. The villagers saw me make fire in my fist. They were terrified and wanted to kill me. Templars saved me from them. They gave me food and clothes and took me to the Circle. I've seen what life is like without the Templars, and I want no part of it. I just want to study.
You said Cassandra has you researching creatures.
Yes. If you find anything interesting in your travels, I'd appreciate you bringing it to me. I may be able to find some weakness our soldiers can exploit when fighting various creatures. At the least, some materials are useful for making potions or gear for the Inquisition.
You said that you were keeping some of the Tranquil safe?
Yes. The mages took some of them when my Circle rebelled. The rest were forgotten. Most Circle mages look down on the Tranquil, or try to pretend they don't exist. They don't have any emotions. They can barely take care of themselves. Can't defend themselves at all. It's a shame.
When it gets like
I like them better than most people.
3:30. I'm gonna end the live there.
I'm glad they have someone who cares about them.
They deserve better. They're polite, they're rational, and they'll never get angry at you. When they study, they have a focus no normal person could ever match. But the Templars, even some of the mages, mistreated them just because they could. The Tranquil never fought back. If not for that, I don't know. Doesn't really matter now.
Why did you decide to research dangerous creatures?
I like the outdoors. The idea of the outdoors, anyway. When some monster is coming at you, glowing eyes and burning claws, it's terrifying. But once you know how it works, you can deal with it. It's just another part of the world. So much of this world is only frightening because we don't understand it.
I found something the demons left behind. Can you use it?
Yes, that's very helpful. Just leave it there and the Tranquil and I will examine it.
Let's speak later.
Farewell.
No, I don't speak to her. There are only 2 people left that I need to talk to. Actually, 3.
Blessed are the peacekeepers, the champions of the just. Blessed are the righteous. The lights in the shadow. In their blood, the Maker's will is written. Is that what you want from us? Blood. To die so that your will is done? Is death your only blessing?
You speak for Andraste, no? What does the Maker's prophet have to say about all of this? What's his game?
I speak for no one but myself, and I have no answers for you.
You probably don't even worship the Maker. Lucky. He asks a lot. The Chantry teaches that the Maker abandoned us. He demands repentance for our sins. He demands it all. Our lives, our deaths. Justinia gave him everything she had, and he let her die.
I'm sorry. Her death has clearly hit you hard.
Not just me. All of us. She was the divine. She led the faithful. She was the heart. If the Maker doesn't intervene to save the best of his servants, what good is he? I used to believe I was chosen, just as some say you are. I thought I was fulfilling his purpose for me, working with the divine, helping people. But now she's dead. It was all for nothing.
Serving the Maker meant nothing.
Maybe you have another purpose. I could help you find it.
No, this is my burden. I regret that I even let you see me like this. It was a moment of weakness. It won't happen again. Come. To work, then. We will speak later.
The reason why I let her spare her is just for another option. Otherwise I would have killed her too. But the reason why you spare her is just to put fear in the other woman that, you know. Plus it allows Liliana, when she becomes divine, to actually be the best Liliana, in my opinion.
Show me the reports. There were so many questions surrounding Faria's death. Did he think we wouldn't notice? He's killed Faria.
You see, you have two options. Let Liliana become a bloodthirsty person, and that's where she stays. Or two, you actually keep her on the right track. And she becomes Liliana you meet from Dragon Age Origins.
We were friends once.
Wait, what are you doing?
He betrayed us. He murdered my agent.
And you'd kill him, just like that.
You find fault with my decision?
We can't solve our problems with murder.
And what would you suggest? Leave him be. Butler's betrayal put our agents in danger. I condemned one man to save dozens. I may not like what I do, but it must be done. I cannot afford the luxury of ideals at a time like this. Strongly about this. Very well. I will think of another way to deal with this man. Apprehend Butler, but see that he lives. Now, if you're happy, I have more work to do.
Trip back to the area that you want down the line. Oh, here we go.
You're kind of a force of nature, aren't you?
When I need to be.
It's impressive.
You flatter me.
I'm trying.
Did I do the right thing? What I have set in motion here could destroy everything I have revered my whole life. One day they may write about me as a traitor, a madman.
Oh, drop my controller.
And they may be right.
What does your faith tell you?
I believe you are innocent. I believe more is going on here than we can see. And I believe no one else cares to do anything about it. They will stand in the fire and complain that it is hot.
I think.
But is this the Maker's will? I can only guess.
You didn't have any choice.
Didn't I? My trainers always said, Cassandra, you are too brash. You must think before you act. I see what must be done, and I do it. I see no point in running around in circles like a dog chasing its tail. But I misjudged you in the beginning, did I not? I thought the answer was before me, clear as day. I cannot afford to be so careless again.
It wasn't like you had no reason to suspect me.
I was determined to have someone answer for what happened. Anyone. You've said you believe you're chosen. Does that mean you believe in the Maker?
Bullshit my way through.
You do. I'm surprised, but I suppose it's comforting. Surely the Maker put us both on this path for a reason. Now it simply remains to see where it leads us. It occurs to me I don't actually know much about you.
What do you want to know?
I'm not sure. Where are you from?
My clan never stayed in one place for long, though we primarily roamed the free marches.
Oh? I didn't think your
I got a
people
feeling that
roamed
the
that
Elven
far.
Inquisitor is from Meryl's clan.
I'm told some members of your clan might still be alive. Do you intend to go back?
Wherever I am is home enough for me.
That's how I feel now, after years of tending to business for the Divine.
I'd like to get to know you better.
You would?
Is that a problem?
Not entirely. I'm just curious as to your motivation.
Is there any harm in us becoming a little closer?
Plenty.
Is that right?
As you wish. My name is Cassandra Pentecost, daughter of the Royal House of Navarra, 78th in line for the Navarran throne. I joined the Seekers of Truth as a young woman, and was with the Order until they withdrew from the Chantry. I remained as the Divine's right hand, carrying out her order to form the Inquisition. And here we are. That's all there is to know, my lord.
The reason why I think that he might be from their clan is because they were in the free markets a while before they actually left. So, when Meryl actually let them live. You might also be right about that.
You're a member of Navarra's royal family?
It varies to me.
The Pentecosts are a very large clan. Half of Cumberland could say the same.
Really?
No, but it feels that way. I have hundreds of relatives so distant they need charts to prove we're related at all. And they have them. Oh yes. The Pentecosts value their precious blood like it runs with gold.
And you joined the Seekers to get away from that?
It was a life worth getting away from. The Pentecosts are famed for dragon hunting, but few actually pursue the craft. Most are fat and lazy. They pay lip service to the Maker and care only for idle pleasures and past glories. My brother was all that kept me in Navarra. Once he was gone, so was I.
Tell me about your brother.
I would prefer not to speak of Anthony.
I'm gonna come back to
Another
that in a
time,
second.
perhaps.
We'll check with that.
You don't seem to like your homeland much.
My family polluted it for me. What little I saw of my homeland was through the bars of a gilded cage. My uncle treated me like a porcelain doll to be placed on a shelf and dusted only when necessary. Thus I did not see Navarra, the real Navarra, until much later. By then I realized I knew it not at all.
Your uncle? What about your parents?
They had the misfortune of taking the wrong side in the second attempt to overthrow King Marcus. The king executed them, but spared my brother and I since we were family, and children at the time. Thus we were raised by my uncle, a mortalitasi who preferred the company of his corpses to the living.
Your uncle was a mortalitasi?
A death mage. He still is. My countrymen do not burn the dead, they bury them in special crypts. The mortalitasi supervise the crypts, like priests. Uncle Vestalis oversees the grand necropolis. Navarrans spend more time honoring dead relatives than they do with living ones. It is odd to be so fascinated with death and its trappings. I will never understand it.
So you were the right hand to the Divine?
To Divine Justinia, yes. And Divine Beatrix before her, in fact. The position is normally reserved for Templars of the Knights Divine, but my circumstances were unusual.
Unusual how?
You don't know the story? Thank the Maker. I will tell you if you wish, but it isn't as exciting as some drum it up to be. The short version is that I once saved the previous Divine's life. My reward was becoming her right hand.
But what does a right hand do exactly?
What is your hand capable of? It gives, it takes, it beckons. It makes a fist. Liliana and I extended the Divine's reach beyond the Grand Cathedral. We went where she could not. After Beatrix, I was tired of the position and wanted to return to the Seekers. But Justinia convinced me to stay. Her vision for the future gave me hope.
You thought you could really change things?
Justinia knew the war was coming long before it began. She tried to avert it, but the forces arrayed against her were too strong. Sometimes you have to break a bone so it can be reset. That's where the Inquisition comes in. It was to be the answer. A means to preserve as well as an agent for change. I only wish she had lived to see it.
So what's the story about you becoming the right hand?
Sweet Andraste, do you really want to hear that? It was What, 18, 20 years ago? Some still discuss it like it happened yesterday. The tale gets bigger each time it's told. I barely recognize myself within it now.
I'm sure you're just being modest.
I was there. I think I know what happened. To hear others tell it, I alone saved Divine Beatrix from a horde of dragons sent to assault the Grand Cathedral. Rather impressive for such a young seeker, wouldn't you say?
And the truth is?
I stumbled upon a conspiracy to kill Beatrix. A Templar Knight Commander was at its heart, and there was a dragon battle at the Grand Cathedral, but I had help from loyal mages who rallied to the cause. They freed the dragons from magical control. Without them, the Divine and I would both have died. Yet I became the right hand, and they are forgotten.
What happened to the mages that helped you?
They went back to their circles, with rewards and privileges and most holy's gratitude. Many of them died at the conclave.
You're delightful. You know that?
No, I do not know that. I object. There is nothing delightful about me.
I beg to differ.
I think I preferred you in the stocks.
I'll let you get back to work.
No.
Greetings.
This is where we try to sing.
I have some more questions.
Why am I not surprised?
Tell me about your brother.
I would
Okay, we
prefer
haven't
not
got
to
that far.
speak of Anthony.
Okay.
Another time, perhaps.
Okay, we'll come back to that.
I'll let you get back to work.
I not get it.
Yes?
Can you tell me more about the Seekers?
The Seekers of Truth were born from the original Inquisition long ago, when it united with the Chantry. Seekers stood above the Templars, watching over them but also investigating magical events they couldn't handle. We were meant to be incorruptible, above reproach. How seldom does reality match the ideal?
But what are Seekers, exactly?
Those who know anything of us think we are Templars. We do not use lyrium, however. Our abilities are different, as was our original purpose. We disciplined the Templars and were accountable only to the Divine, and not even her, truthfully.
So nobody ever watched over the Seekers?
It was the Divine's duty, but she could only do so much when the truth was hidden from her. The Templars have always feared us. When a Seeker arrived at a circle, they knew trouble was afoot. That kind of power is troubling. You begin to think you are the only one who can solve the world's problems. If you don't see a problem, it doesn't exist. If someone insists it does, they are the blind ones.
Do you think that kind of problem could ever be fixed?
Possibly. Though the Seekers themselves would need to change. They were clearly not willing to, even though they abandoned everything they stood for to avoid it. In my heart, I believe they can still be salvaged, but not by their own hands.
You mentioned that Seekers have different abilities than Templars.
Entirely. A Templar's abilities come from lyrium and are designed to hunt mages. Ours come from ritual and many years of dedicated training. We cannot be possessed by demons and are immune to mind control. Useful considering our role. Seekers can gain other gifts, though that depends on the individual.
What kind of gifts do you have?
I can set the lyrium within a person's blood aflame. Both mages and Templars bend before my will. Some Seekers use it to interrogate, others simply to paralyze. Once there was a Seeker who could use it to kill. That particular gift is considered rare.
Why did your order turn against the Chantry?
We originally united with the Chantry through a treaty that stated they would keep mages under control. It was felt most holy had tacitly allowed the Circle of Magi to vote on its independence, thus breaking the treaty. The Seekers saw themselves as justified, and they led the Templars into a war of righteousness.
You sound like you disagree.
We knew what was happening at Kirkwall, where the Mage Rebellion began. We looked into reports of Knight Commander Meredith's harsh treatment of her charges years earlier. But we found so many shocking cases of magical corruption, it was decided her actions were justified. If we'd been there when it happened, if we'd looked harder at the root causes...
You're right. Something should have been done.
When faced with a problem, the Seekers would close ranks and crush it. We would find an answer, but only once we felt we weren't being coerced. The moment the mages voted for independence, our response was predictable. It was difficult to watch.
Mom, what do you think of your birthday gift?
How does someone become a Seeker?
It ain't
Most
slideshow.
Seekers begin training in their youth. I was much older, an exception due to my noble birth. We train rigorously for years. Our bodies and minds must be elastic to undergo the vigil, and most fail even then.
Is the vigil some kind of initiation?
It is the rite every Seeker must go through in order to summon their gifts. A full year of fasting, prayer, and separation from all distractions, including other people. We empty ourselves of all emotion, focusing only on the purity of our devotion. And the moment it finally ends, it's wonderful. Faith realized. I cannot put it into words.
I wish I could experience that.
If the vigil was not so arduous, I'd say more should attempt it.
And some of them I drew that day.
Never needed to fear possession by demons. I'm told it is impossible, however. I suppose I'll never know the truth of it now.
And the one with Rhonda, where it has phone as a trainee, that one I drew, and the one with Xavier and the phone staring at each other, that's the one where they at the tournament in the other world. And
I have some more questions.
As you
yeah.
Tell me about your brother.
And they staring at each other, and
was older than I.
that's the fight where Phone got recruited into the time patrol.
Pentecost could truly be. I idolized him. I wanted to hunt dragons as he did, even though our uncle forbade it. Anthony promised to train me in secret. We would hunt together one day, brother and sister, vanquishing the beasts of old. And then he died.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't have cried.
No, it's fine. A group of apostates wanted dragon blood, and wanted Anthony to get it for them.
I just have to find time to draw what you wanted for your birthday.
In front of me. I begged the Chantry to
I just have to find time to draw what you wanted for your birthday.
They sent me to the Seekers. It took many years to let go of my drive for vengeance.
I think I understand how you felt.
At times I could not breathe. The rage nearly choked me. I sometimes wonder how different my life would be if Anthony was still alive. Would I be a dragon hunter? Married to some noble fool, a mother of 3? I cannot say. I take solace in believing the Maker has a plan, but...
Yeah, Wednesday I work 11 to 3. Well, tomorrow I work 5 to 1. Then Wednesday I work 11 to 3. Thursday I work 11 to 4. Friday I work 5 to 8. Saturday I work 11 to 3. Sunday I'm off. Monday I'm off. And then 11 to 5 on that next Tuesday.
There is but one God, and He is our Maker.
How could that great breach not have been caused by the mages?
It is reasonable to believe that magic was involved, but we cannot assume it was the rebels. How many powerful mages died for the Conclave Scout Lane? How would those deaths benefit the rebels?
Actually.
Just Lexus, let me know. Let me know if you ever in Chesterfield and you need your booty. Call me up.
I'm pleased to hear it.
3, 2, 1.
You probably won't ever, but that's why you said that. You know.
For mistreating the elves. I my elves good and proper, you should know. Friend of the Age in all, and I mean,
Can't let me make you mad. Just know you gotta call on me, man.
I'm not from an alien age.
Well, how did that dang song go?
right, of course, because the thing is on your face.
Oh.
Yes. As I said, I'm
Same
Flicker.
thing.
The Inquisition soldiers needed a place to unwind.
That makes the point I'm trying to make.
Set up a tavern. Nothing fancy, but it's safer for the soldiers than looking for trouble in some village.
You said Liliana asked you to run an Inquisition tavern. How did you meet him?
Dumb luck, mainly. I managed an inn back in Denner Inn. When I heard interesting gossip, I'd pass word to Liliana. Sometimes it was helpful. She asked if I wanted to own my own tavern, and I said yes. I didn't realize she meant this.
What can you tell me about this area?
Adan is Haven's apothecary. He's been making potions and tending to the wounded as best he can. Harris is the Inquisition smith. Whatever he can, you Thren, the quartermaster, can probably find. And for anything fancier, you can try buying from Segrit. His prices aren't too high. Yet. Oh, there's also Minerve. She studies beasts and things, as I understand.
Farewell.
Goodbye.
I think it's funny. Man, I just be disrespecting y'all when I'm talking to Alexis. But yeah, that jank be hilarious. I'll be like, "Good night, my love. I love you." The fuck y'all need leave. And that should be hilarious.
Hey, Destiny.
You there. There's a shield in your hand. Block with it. If this man were your enemy, you'd be dead. Lieutenant, don't hold back. The recruits must prepare for a real fight.
If those birds are chirping like that.
We've received a number of recruits,
that my best man?
locals from Haven and some pilgrims. None made quite the entrance you did.
Fuck it up.
I just hope I can help.
As do we all. It is enough that you would try.
If those birds were chirping
I was
like that, what
recruited
type
to the
of stroke
Inquisition
did they
in
have?
Kirkwall myself. I was there during the Mage Uprising. I saw firsthand the devastation it caused.
Sir.
Cassandra sought a solution. When she offered me a position, I left the
Yeah,
Templars to join her cause. Now it seems we face something far worse.
Wild. Oh man, Will, that was wild.
Sure of it. Provided we can secure aid, but I'm confident we can. The Chantry lost control of both Templars and Mages.
Right
now
now,
they
I'm just
argue
an
over
elf
a new
that's killing
divine while
humans.
the breach remains. The Inquisition could act when the Chantry cannot. Our followers would be part of that. There's
Hey,
so
you gotta
much
switch
we
it
can-
up.
Forgive me. I doubt you came here for a lecture.
Oh no, I'm an elf stabbing humans.
I don't know how you heard that, but you know, whatever floats your boat, I guess.
Well, you're somewhat right, Vaughn. I'm an elf bending over a human.
You understand our situation. I appreciate your opinion.
Look around. Our people are
You
well
about to find out
organized
where this
and
magic is.
despite what the clerics think.
You telling
we
you
are in
bending
the best
over a
position
human?
to help. There's still a lot of work ahead.
Commander, Sir Raiden has a report on our supply lines.
As I was saying.
Hey. Well, all I gotta say is, all I have to say is that it would be bad if it was a guy. That's when it's bad. This man Mont tried to. Now this man Mont tried to tell me go with a guy. I'm like, stop fucking with me, Mont. Just because you want a giant Oxman lover, don't try to get me to do that. Hey. You're right. This man smashing giant ox people. He likes them when they're muscular and tall. got horns.
Any word?
Nothing yet.
Shit. Right now I'm just live streaming and just getting all I can done on this Dragon Age game. Cause YouTube. I've been asked Nikki.
You ain't got no YouTube channel, Will. Shut your ass up.
Hey man, let me live my dream.
I'm gonna live my dream. This nigga Will is stupid, man. I'm gonna live my dream. This nigga wants to be a photographer.
Hey man, Photoshop is an option. What do you mean?
This nigga out here taking pictures of bitches in tight ass joggers. Huh? He ain't no photographer. This nigga is a professional perv.
Oh god.
I take a picture of Lexus in some tight ass joggers.
You see this man in a trench coat and shades hiding in a bush?
I damn sure should have actually screenshot Alexa. I had a picture of her to sleep to. You know, and just to sleep. Yeah, just to sleep to, you know. Totally not doing anything nefarious with that picture.
Wow. I've heard the stories.
You know.
Everyone has. We know what you did at the breach.
Destiny, you know what makes
it's
worse of what I said?
Shelf to care what happens to anyone else, but
they got dwarves
you'll
on
get
there.
no backtalk here.
Dwarven females on there.
Inquisition Scout Harding at your service.
Now I'm an elf, so I think you can go. I think you can guess where this is going.
We'll do whatever we can to help.
Harding, huh? Ever been to
I said they got
Kirkwall's
dwarves.
Hightown?
They got dwarf females.
I can't say I have. Why?
You'd be Harding and... No, never
I
mind.
think you can guess where this is going. Hey, hey, hey! You want to learn how to get a few inches taller? I know the perfect spell.
It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
We should get to business. The situation's pretty dire. We came to secure horses from
if you're in my position
Horsemaster.
and you see that they got dwarven females,
and people always said that Dennett's herds were the strongest and the fastest this side of the Frostbacks. But with the Mage
what makes it
Templar
worse is
fighting
there's one
getting
in front of
worse,
me. Her name is
we
Harding.
couldn't get to Dennett. Maker only knows if he's even still alive. Mother Giselle's at the crossroads helping refugees.
Now,
and
can you
wounded.
blame me?
Our latest reports say that the war's spread there too. Corporal Vale and our men are doing what they can to help protect the people, but they won't be able to hold out very long. You best get going.
It's not my
No time
fault.
to lose.
Mont freaking played as a female and let a giant freaking man smash him into a corner. Yeah, he told me. He told me a dirty secret. He didn't want to tell you. He let a man with an eye patch smash his guts.
Yeah, that's it. I think there's some things you want to know about Mont.
This might interest you, sir.
What is it?
You may want to look into this.
She did it on her oath. She sit there and left the party because she assumed Antonio wasn't joking when he said, "So who do y'all think should get kicked?" He was joking. She just left the party immediately.
Mother Giselle cannot be far.
It's not that bad. I think they made the controls easier to get into game chat now, so. Nah, nigga. It was a more nah, nigga moment. Nah, nigga. Well, I ain't got that chain on point.
Interesting
Well,
reading.
Leslie,
Could
you
be
got a
worth a
problem
look.
being an elf. Well, I can become a dwarf and try to come back for this dwarf. You got three options. I stay as elf, I become a Quinari, aka Oxman, or I become a dwarf. I don't think you want me to go to Oxman.
We do none of that.
Hey.
Inquisition forces.
Something has to be
They're trying to
spread and
protect the
something has to be
refugees.
done.
Looks like they could use a hand.
So, the question is... Well, you might stop me, but I'm sorry, you can't stop Monk. You're already too late to that battle.
We are not Templars. We mean you no harm.
Nah, actually, I don't think you can process it. I don't know how you can handle it if I sent you an image of the guy who like basically tear him apart. Oh, let me get this image real quick. Let me get this image of this character real quick. You might have a bigger oof the moment I send you this image.
That's your man's. We heard it earlier today. We were shocked when you heard it. That's your man's. That's your man's month. This man out here wilding. That's your man's.
Let me just
And when I mean mans, I don't mean boyfriend. I mean that's your homie. That's your home dog. You out here letting this man getting destroyed. Nah, buddy. Nah. You're out here wilding. I said he getting ravaged. He ain't getting raped, he getting ravaged. He getting ravaged. Ain't that crazy? He getting loved up. Remember how he always put his titties in the damn camera, bro? This what he get.
Now, Destiny, I'm gonna tell you is before you check Tumblr, before you check your Tumblr
This man
DM,
mom would put his he put his damn gooch in between his chest, you know, in the damn camera, bro. And y'all won't ever see it. And he did it every time I looked at the camera, bro. Jane like a wobbly W, bro. That Jane was ugly, bro.
Now, Destiny, before you check your Tumblr DM, for what I told you is the man who's been smashing mine.
And it was hairy, bro. If you gonna show me some chest, bro, it better first of all, it better not be man, and it better not be hairy. Those are two rules.
Now,
you gonna
Destiny,
show me
take
some
a deep
chest.
breath. Take a deep breath before you see that image. Yep.
Oh,
because the image is probably gonna just make you process a lot of things. So this is the guy who, yeah. Yep. And you wanna know something crazy? He's 10 feet tall.
You saying you fucking midgets 2 feet tall, bro? That is wild. Like, that is wild, bro.
So I want you to process this, Destiny. He let the man named the Iron Bull get in between them. That's
I'm dead, bruh.
Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm. Mm. Xavier, I'm the only one that's upset about the Sonic poster. I know you saw that shit.
They look nasty.
They're like a freaking zone. Yeah.
Be ready. More coming our way.
When this man Iron Bull got all over Mom, he said, "Don't worry, I'll get it." The worst part is that you know what he looks like now. Can't get the image out of your head now. Oh god.
Well, you blocked, bro. I can't believe you. No, you didn't send me this, bro. Right? Yeah, you blocked, bro. Right? That's it.
That's the end of it.
I can't believe this, bro. Why is this team like this, yo? What is going on? This damn picture you sent, Destiny. This damn beast. Why is tennis like that, bro? Yes.
He says, "Say it with his chest, Mont."
There are mages here who can heal your wounds.
No, Destiny. He said to Mont, "Say it with your chest."
Touch me,
as I put this on your
Yeah.
chest.
I don't want Mark to say anything with his
The
chest.
magic is surely more evil than your age. Hush, dear boy. Allow them to ease your suffering.
Mother Giselle.
This must be the one they are calling the Herald of Andraste.
Oh, hey man.
What you said to that soldier.
We do not teach that magic is evil.
I'm just saying, man.
We teach that pride
Mont was
is
very
evil
horny.
and does not corrupt only mages.
Wild! Oh my god. Oh my god.
Then why am I here?
Oh my god, man.
I know of the Chantry's denouncement.
Vaughn hadn't seen the image.
I won't lie to you.
Oh, let me send this to Vaughn. Let me send this to Vaughn real quick.
Increase their chances of becoming the new divine. Some are simply
I'm deceased. Shredder.
Senselessly taken from us.
Don't worry, Vaughn. I'm sending it to you right now. So, Vaughn, check Instagram.
If a girl ever say her mouth is shredder light, that's it. You know, I don't need to hear nothing from them.
Nah, she telling you I'm a bite.
I get the pun, Lexus. I get it. I get it. Giving you a heads up.
What happened was horrible.
Fear makes us desperate, but hopefully not beyond reason. Go to them.
He fell asleep on Dragon
Convince
Age.
the remaining clerics you are no demon to be feared. They have heard only frightful tales of you. Give them something else to believe.
You want me to appeal to them?
I wouldn't suggest it.
Will they even listen?
Let me put it this way. You needn't convince them all. You just need some of them to doubt. The power is the unified voice. Take that from them and you receive the time you need.
You better not eat the damn Pop-Tart and leave the wrapper in the fucking cup, bro. I'll kill you, dog. Fucking hate you do. I hate that you do that shit, bro. Be a grown-ass man and walk your ass over to the damn trash can like every other American citizen that's ever eaten a Pop-Tart. This nigga has been doing that shit for years, and I would get blamed for it. Because I'd be sitting in the damn living room, this man would leave his cup with the damn Pop-Tart wrapper on the goddamn table, and I would get fussed at because I didn't want to touch it.
I hope. Hope is what we need now. The people will listen to your rallying call, as they will listen to no other. You could build the Inquisition into a force that will deliver us, or destroy us. I will go to Haven and provide Sister Liliana the names of those in the Chantry who will be amenable to a gathering. It is not much, but I will do whatever I can.
Corporal Vale is coordinating the Inquisition's efforts in the area. We should speak with him.
I mean, I ain't eating bread, I just stopped eating. One, because they were one of the most unhealthy options on the damn menu.
Welcome back, Jesse.
Indeed.
What time is it? Well, Jesse, I'm gonna leave my live here. And I'll probably start alive at some point again. Thank you for coming to my live.
Honey mustard crispy chicken wrap,
stuff,
bro.
A few minutes ago on this live stream. So
Honey mustard drink, bro. Just crush that bitch.
Just look a few minutes back.
It's good to have commerce restored.
And I'll see you later, Jesse. Good night, man.
If you get up and go somewhere, it's out of my crib.
Hope you have a fun time, man.
Oh, you did the thing already? I won't go tell you. I'm doing what's good. I didn't know you looked up the travel and Longwood. Yeah, we're gonna drive to Martinsville. We supposed to.
Good night, Jesse. Thank you for watching.